Happy Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and get started with our weather extra this morning. So as we look out at Madison I-565, it's currently 88 already. Our high is expected to be around 94 for some areas, some of the cooler areas, all the way up to about 95, 96. We do have some heat advisories in place, and I'll get into that in a moment, but it's rather sunny for the moment. You can even kind of look, I feel like this camera has a little bit of an orange hue to it for whatever reason. It's kind of making it look hotter outside, if that makes sense. Kind of gives it a little overbearing heat kind of vibe to it all, but we're expecting to see warm temperatures throughout most of the day. So keep that in mind as you go about your day, as you make your afternoon and evening plans. So right now, still in those upper 80s, Scottsboro at 82, and some folks taking it all the way up to 89 over in Russellville and Muscle Shoals, but it's hot nonetheless. It's the big story for the day. We do have some rain chances that'll be in the mix later on this afternoon into the evening, and I'll show you that in a moment as well. So right now, it feels like the mid-90s. Fort Payne feels like 91. Huntsville, Athens, Decatur, all around 95, 96. Most of us will get closer to that 100 mark of a feel like temperature, I would say in the next hour or two. Pulaski's already there, nearly, just at the doorstep. 99 feel like there. So we also have a lot of humidity in the area, so it's just uncomfortable, oppressive, and I feel like it's miserable, but our muggy meter likes to say otherwise. But it's going to be continuously humid throughout most of our week, as well as the fact that we have rain chances increasing from now into the weekend. So that humidity is going to hang around for a good deal of our week. So keep that in mind, especially as folks start to plan for Thursday and Friday night football. We have some evening thunderstorms possible for some of those games. So just be weather aware, pack a poncho, pack something, an umbrella, something to protect. And even if you're out doing the tailgates and everything, protect your tents and everything. We're going to get some thunderstorms. We're in that time of year that it all just kind of pops up a little sporadically. So keep that in mind. Here's the heat advisory map for us. We're only missing about 5 or 6 counties that are not in the mix of this heat advisory warning here. Expectations is that heat index values could be as close to 108. Warm all around. And if you look at the very top left of the screen, you could see a little bit of that pink over in the Tennessee area. At least we're not there, but even still, it's still kind of warm. We're still dealing with a little bit of a heat wave, and we'll see a cold front move through and push our temperatures back. So once we push through this, it's like a slight reward. We'll have thunderstorms in the way, but we will also see some cooler temperatures to come. So keep that in mind for the back half of this week. Most of the counties west of I-65 will struggle to see rain in the smaller amount days, like in the 20-30% days, but it's more widespread as we get closer to our 50s. Even some days, I think we discussed a 60% possible in there. So heat index values for today, 4 p.m. is going to be brutal. 3 and 4 p.m., around 104, 105. It's going to be tough outside as folks get ready to start thinking about heading on home, especially around 3 o'clock. That's usually when students are getting off the bus. So make sure, if you haven't already, start thinking about when your student gets off the bus and if they have to walk home, if they bike home, if they're walkers, make sure you're sending them to school with something that can cool them off. They have plenty of water. Remind them to fill up a water bottle before, as they drink it throughout the day, make sure they're refilling. So they'll have something to hydrate and keep themselves cooler on the walk home, bus ride home, whatever that may entail for your student this evening. But all that to say, we just want to make sure that they are set with the best kind of equipment for this type of a year. Also, maybe lighter clothing. This is our last day of heat advisories. It's expected to end around 8 o'clock tonight. So just if you didn't send them out with something earlier today, just make sure they have a water bottle or something of that nature to kind of keep them cool, maybe a fan, something like that for sure. We'll see warmer temperatures still in the following week. I feel like we're going to get some cooler weather for now, but you still want to keep that in mind because we know how it is here. We get a week or two of some cool weather and then it gets back real hot, real quick. So keep that in mind for the next day or so. We'll continue to see these rain chances kind of increase for the next couple of days. 50 is expected for Wednesday. Thursday is a little less of a rain chance, but it comes back full force by Friday. Isolated thunderstorms all 3 days, and it's going to be hot and humid still. We'll take it from 94 all the way to those upper 80s. So keep that in mind. But by the weekend, temperatures will start to fall into those mid to upper 80s. Some days our lows could be in the 60s. We did see there's one graph, one model that we looked at that had possibly some upper 50s in the mix. We'll see if that reigns true as we get closer to I think that was for not next Tuesday, but like next Thursday. So we'll keep it in mind. We'll see how that goes, but it'll be some cool days to come once we get through these heat advisory days. So, like I mentioned, rain chances will start around this afternoon, 1 o'clock. Looks like we'll see some spotty showers by that point, and it'll continue throughout most of the day. I realize I did not put my pause points on here like I should have, but continues throughout most of the evening, becomes a little heavier, but Wednesday's chance is more widespread, and that's the expectation for that. You can see that there. I did it for Wednesday and didn't do it for Tuesday. Interesting. But anywho, 3 p.m., a good deal of our folks, and you can see the rain that's west of I-65. That's the area that's dealing with some extreme dryness at this point in time. So I'm very interested to see how our drought monitor is going to look. They collect data each Tuesday and release it by Thursday. So the data that was collected from this Tuesday is from last Tuesday to this Tuesday, and we'll get it on Thursday. So that'll show us this past week. And then everything from today on to next Tuesday will be released next Thursday and will include this rain chance. So it'll be interesting to see how our rain, the next couple of rain chances will kind of bring this down just a tad. So keep that in mind. This is around 3 o'clock tomorrow, so lots of folks dealing with some rain chances. And again, you'll be going from keeping your students in mind with making sure they have hydration and all that good stuff, all the way now by tomorrow afternoon, making sure they have a rain poncho, jacket, umbrella, something to cover themselves as they walk home or bike home, whatever it is that they do. But it'll be over by 6, 7 o'clock. Rolling into 8 o'clock hour, we should only see a passing shower or two by that point. So 10-day forecast. Expectations are for rain chances, again, to ebb and flow throughout the rest of the week. This weekend, we'll start to see rain chances fall off just a tad on Saturday, but nearly completely out of the mix for Sunday. It's going to be a little less of a chance than what we're seeing from today. We could get some passing showers. Mostly sunny is expected by that day as well, but we'll see these temperatures get back into those upper 80s, and by Monday, we'll be in the mid to low 80s, Monday through the rest of the week. And you'll see heading into Monday morning, 65 will be the low. It'll be interesting to see how fog works as well over the next couple of days. So we could have some foggy starts in the mix as well. So think about that as you get ready for work each morning. We'll continue to show you like in real time what that looks like, but just know that we could run across some fog now into the next couple of days, really, each morning. Cooler starts for the following week, especially with our temperatures being in those mid and low end 80s by that point. Some folks, if this is our forecast for Huntsville specifically. So you can imagine Huntsville typically is one of the warmer areas, but I wouldn't say as warm as, the Shoals or anything. But you have areas like Fort Payne, Coleman, some of our Tennessee counties, Tennessee communities like Pulaski sometimes. I'm trying to think of some of our outliers that we typically see on the cooler end of things occasionally. Those folks' highs could be in the upper 70s when we're in those low end 80s. So from Tuesday to next Thursday, I should say, today's Tuesday, those days could be some upper 70s for some folks, and could start in those low end 50s for a couple of people, or yes, low end 50s, because we're taking it to the mid 60s. So it'll be very interesting to see how that's going to spread across the board. But go ahead and get that thought about for your plans for next week. It'll be cooler, so don't pull out the sweaters completely. It's probably like an opportunity to keep a light jacket. Now, don't go pull these out yet. I'm only wearing this because it's freezing in this newsroom. It's always cold in here, and I'm cold by nature. I hate it. It's awful. And then in the winter, I do not stand a chance. Anyway, Thursday and Friday of this week, I know we've got some football games on deck. We're excited. I'm getting to do my first tailgate tour with the station. I'm so excited, so elated. I'm looking forward to meeting all the fans and meeting all our viewers and just getting to talk about, I love football. Football's like one of my favorite sports to watch, even though I don't like 1,000% understand what's going on. I get like the advanced basics, I may not know stats. You have the wrong kid for that. My brother is the stats guy and has been since the age of 3. But my favorite thing is really just getting to watch these student athletes grow and share their love of the sport. Even our cheerleaders, our band kids as well. It's such a fun time. So I'm looking forward to it. But back to the forecast about it though. Thursday and Friday, there's going to be some possible showers. Now, keep that in mind. Thursday is going to be less of a chance. We could see those showers a little quicker. They could move in a little quicker and be done faster. But Friday is our greater chance, so we could see a couple of thunderstorms in the mix. Of course, as we get closer to those days, we'll definitely walk you through the timing of it and tell you what to expect before you get out there. But if you're planning early, go ahead and sit some type of umbrella, sit maybe a rain jacket or poncho, something of that nature. Go ahead and have it with your tailgate stuff, just so you're prepared. And for my folks that are doing, a full-on tent, grill, whatever you choose to do, in Savannah they would do lots of seafood boils. I had crab at a football game. That was so much fun. If anybody's doing crab, let me know. Anywho, my point is, though, if you're doing something of that nature where you are cooking on at the game, make sure that you have the proper coverings as well, just to be on the safe side. I don't want to see anybody's tailgate fall apart because of all the rain. So yeah, it's a good idea to go ahead and just have that in your tailgate bag. Especially, I know lots of moms. If moms are anything like mine, she packs everything in her tailgate bag, everything. So keep it in mind. You might want to go ahead and just add some rain cover, rain protection. So all that to say, we've got some warm days ahead with rain chances in the evening, but cold front moving through. Bring those rain chances into your weekend, into the start of the weekend for Thursday and beyond. And we'll be in those mid-80s as a slight reward for pushing through these hot days that we've seen. So we'll have a false fall. But as things change, Ebb and Flow will always update you right here on our weather extras, on our Facebook pages. You can also tune into TVL at noon. I'll be there forecasting for you. And then this evening, Brad will be here. So you'll be able to get several opportunities for your up-to-date forecast as things change. And you may or may not be familiar. And some of these models, they change quite often. We've had models change in the middle of our shows. if we do an hour-long show, there's a model or two that's bound to kind of come up with something a little different than what we originally forecasted maybe 30 or so minutes before. So you'd be surprised how things change in the weather world. But as always, we try and give you the best possible updates, let you know when things are falling into step with what we've already forecasted, or if there's something that we're kind of concerned about seeing an outlier. And right now, rain chances for today still a little inconsistent from out of the span of models that we use. There's maybe one or two that may be pushing to a 30%, but still pretty consistent across the board. It's just a matter of how heavy the rain's going to fall in the nature of these models. So all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Don't forget to tune in when you can to some of our shows just to get some more of your weather updates. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll be back here same time on Friday.